Welcome back, my friends. So our next guest has penned a new book from a genre we'd never actually heard of before, the cozy fantasy genre. Just by the name, I'm all in. Travis Baldree is the author of Legends and Lattes, and since my staff knows I love a good fantasy read, we thought we'd have him on the show for a chat. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
The cozy fantasy genre, what is that exactly?
I think there's a little debate, but at the end of the day, I think it's about really mundane concerns, like everyday personal things, but it's got kind of the fantasy trapping. So there's something a little bit more special to it, but instead of going on adventures and slaying dragons, it's about opening a business or having a midlife crisis or relationship issues. But
you're an orc while you're having this.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously. Now, I am a huge fan of urban fantasy, and while reading this book, I fell in love with it. It is beautiful, it's cozy, like you said. What I think is so interesting about you as an author is you're an audiobook narrator. What is it like being on the other side of that, being the one to pen the novel?
It's actually kind of fun. I wrote the book for National Novel Writing Month last year, which is going on right now. And because I work with authors all the time, I'm seeing what they're going through from the other side. And I just kind of wanted to see all the steps on their end.
And what did you find? What was the most surprising thing to you about writing your own novel?
The most surprising thing to me initially was that I got done at all, but after the fact was that anybody read it.
No. When you're writing, everyone says, I've had a couple of people say, what you need to do is make sure you write every day. What is your advice for writing a novel during National Novel Writing Month?
That's definitely what worked for me, and also having a writing buddy. So when I went into National Novel Writing Month, I had another friend who was also a narrator, and we kind of kept each other on task, made each other accountable at the end of the day, so we got our words in.
What was it like going from doing this, writing this, and then narrating your own book?
That's probably the most enjoyable narration I've ever done.
I'm sure.
So I never had to ask anybody any pronunciation questions. I knew what everybody sounded like in my head. Narration's kind of like 50% anticipation. You're trying to guess where the author's going to go with a sentence, and you just can't get any closer to being on the same wavelength than yourself.
Why'd you choose a coffee shop?
Boy, did I miss them at the time. So last November, it had been a long time since I had been in one and actually sat around. In fact, my favorite coffee shop, is now defunct, was El Diablo here on Queen Anne.
I love El Diablo.
El Diablo was amazing. And that's actually what I had in mind while I was writing this, wishing that I could actually go back.
I love that you actually kind of set it there with a bookstore right next door.
Exactly. Well, there's a prequel coming up, so.
There is.
Got to get the books in.
All right, I love it. Okay, well, before I let you go, again, like we mentioned, it is National Novel Writing Month. What do you like specifically about this month, and what do you hope to tell other folks who are maybe writing right now?
It's just great to know that other people are out there writing at the same time, but I guess what I want to say to anybody who is writing is that it's okay not to get your words in. It's okay to not finish. I had many failed National Novel Writing Months behind me, and you might just be planting seeds for something later.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing this beautiful book. I cannot wait to hear what comes next.
Thanks so much for having me on.
All right. Well, just a reminder, Travis is holding an author event tonight, Thursday, November 10th at University Bookstore at 6 p.m.